Hello, I'm Tamara, and today I'm going to talk to you about the ISFP and ENTP relationship. These two have all different letters except they are both perceivers. And that can be great. You know, it's nice when you at least have one letter in common because that's an area that you're going to be able to relate to. And I think that PJ preference can make a huge difference in relationships because that's how you make decisions. I think these two can really have a lot of fun together. I really do. They're going to be able to enjoy the differences in energy that they bring to the table. And even though there's going to be some similarities, there will be some differences, but I think for the most part they can handle each other's differences. But I think they can really have a blast together, to be honest with you. They can have a lot of fun because they're both going to be kind of relaxed and casual when it comes to their lifestyle. They're going to be able to adapt quickly to things. They can both be really fun. They can both be curious about different things. I can see both of them wanting to start little business ventures or play out projects and ideas. They both like to do those kinds of things. So it's gonna be fun for them. They're gonna be more carefree. Neither of them is gonna like to have a whole bunch of rules dictating everything that they do. So they're gonna be kind of informal in their lifestyle with each other. There's gonna be an openness. They're not gonna be as judgy, even though ENTPs can be kind of judgy sometimes in a certain way when it comes to debating and making their point and being very strong-minded and strong-willed. So they can be kind of dominating in that way. And sometimes when they get into partnerships, they can use that area and I guess on the worst end of things, they might give their mate the silent treatment. It's sort of like the mate may not be able to win. Like, you have to believe in my point, but then if you agree with my point, then you're not being honest and truthful. So they can kind of back them into a corner, and that's just on the low end of things. That's just something to be aware of not to do. And all of them won't do that, but if somebody is a little bit less developed, they may go in that direction. So I think ENTPs might have a more dominating personality. However, the ISFP can be a fighter when it comes down to it. Not all of them, but some of them, if they're triggered by the right person, the right circumstances, they're gonna defend themselves. But that aside, we want these two to be lovers, not fighters. So they're gonna figure out ways to resolve their conflict just like any other couple. But like I said, I think leading this relationship is just fun. Fun. Go with the flow. Where we're going next? What do you want to do next? So they can both be exciting, excitable. I think the ENTP is going to show their excitement a lot more, but ISFPs can also get very excited about doing new things and trying new things. But the ENTP is going to come across as very high energy, very confident. They can think fast on their feet, and they can both be creative. And ENTPs, they like to problem solve using strategies and kind of doing it in uncanny ways that, let me see how I can flip this backwards and forwards and figure out a solution. And ISFPs might get really excited about that. And ISFPs, they can be very warm, very loving, not so judgy. They can accept people for who they are. They can be very thoughtful. They can help the ENTP to focus a little bit more or to relax their energy more and follow through with things that need to be done in order to complete a project. Because remember that ISFP, they have that sensor there. So they're going to see more, they're going to see details and all of that. But both of them can struggle with completing projects. They can both have a lot of things up in the air. And so they have to kind of watch that area. But then there are times when both of them can complete things. So ENTPs can help ISFPs to open up a little bit more, to take feedback better. Now, ENTPs like intellectual stimulation, but there might be times when the ISFP does not know what they're talking about, because the ISFP they're not gonna delve into the theoreticals and the what ifs and the hypothetical. They're gonna be more into what is, like, what do you see? What do you hear? That's what they're gonna be going on. So they're gonna speak two different languages. But the ENTP might want the ISFP to be a little bit more imaginative and not do everything, straight in a row, like step 1, step 2, step 3, that type of thing. But they are sensors, so they're gonna do that. They're gonna be more fact oriented in that way. Okay, so now you've got the extrovert introvert issue here, right? So ENTPs tend to be quite expressive, and they want to say what they talk their thoughts out. Sometimes they don't even know what they think until they've talked their thoughts out, but that is a real struggle for ISFPs. Sometimes they really don't know what they're thinking until they have some quiet time to reflect, to think things through. And so the ENTP, they're the more extroverted type, so they might feel a need to like pull and push and, hey, tell me what you think, express it now. And the ISFP might withdraw and get more reflective. And so that could be a point of contention and a point where they misunderstanding each other. So they really need to understand that difference in each other so that they're not offended, and they're not one doesn't feel intimidated by the other, and the other one doesn't feel rejected by the other. So ISFPs are gonna need some quiet time. They might like more one-on-one, more intimate relationships, even though I know plenty of ISFPs that get very excited when it's time to party. So, so they're kind of a fun type, but they still need some time to rejuvenate. Whereas the ENTP might want to draw a lot of people into their circle, including their partners. So they have to kind of balance that out. They have to compromise on that a little bit. So ISFPs, listen up. If you are dating or you are mating or you are in a relationship with an ENTP, here are some things that you want to do. You want to be adventurous, which I really think ISFPs tend to be very adventurous, and that is a part of you that an ENTP is going to absolutely love. And you also want to try to be logical when you're making your points. Try to be clear on what you're saying. The ENTP will appreciate that. You might want to, it's okay to say what you feel at times. You might feel like you want to hold back, but generally the ENTP can take it. So don't worry about hurting feelings or anything like that. Of course you want to be mindful of somebody's feelings, but at the same time, sometimes you have to say what you're feeling. So you might want to let them do some projects without pointing out why it's unrealistic or why it doesn't make any sense, because the ENTP might want to play some of that out. ENTPs, listen up, listen up. Here's what you need to do with your ISFP partner or the person that you're dating. You might want to surprise them sometimes. They like surprises. That's exciting to them. And you want to make sure that you're being a good listener. Let them vent. Let them tell you about what they're going through. Let them tell you about their problems. And you know that saying, when we try to fix problems instead of just being a good listener, you might want to exercise that. And you want to make sure that you are affectionate and you're caring, and that you compliment them on the nice things that they do for you. Let them know how much you appreciate it. And you also want to keep in mind that you are different from the ISFP. They're going to operate differently than you. So you need to accept those differences and not try to force them to think like you and act like you and be like you, because you have a strong personality. And really it goes vice versa, but I think ISFPs can be a little bit more accepting of people for who they are. And you want to also be patient, let them talk, give them time to express themselves, and also be understanding, when you are the pro at debating, or you can be. And so it might come quite easily to you. It might not come as easy to an ISFP. So you just want to kind of keep that peace in mind with any relationship, that you got to be patient. You got to hold back a little bit. So that's all I got. If you have something else that you want to share about this couple, or you're in a relationship with somebody of this type, then share it in the comment section below and tell us what works, what doesn't. And also, by the way, this was a request. This was a video request, and occasionally I will do video requests. In fact, I've done a lot of video requests that people make. But one of the things I look at is what are the numbers saying about that type? What are the likes showing? Are people liking specific videos on certain types? And if they are, that is a big persuasive factor for me. So if you like this video, then be sure to like it if you want to see more on ISFPs or ENTPs. And I enjoy doing it. I felt like, okay, these two types have shown interest in the videos that I put out on them, so I was willing to do this one. So also be sure to subscribe. I mean, why not? I put out videos all the time with good content where you're gonna learn something. So I really appreciate you guys. I think you are incredible, and I appreciate your support, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.